So welcome back to my channel. So the previous video we discussed about how to create a EC2 instance and then how to create IAM role and attach the role to EC2 instance and how to create EC2 instance with the user data. User data basically. So how we need to do any configuration which you want to deploy in the which you do want to configure in the Linux environment. So that is that comes from a user data. So that is what discussed with us. If you don't follow my previous video, please go ahead and follow my previous videos. Then you can understand clearly. So today what we're going to do now, we are going to create one EC2 instance with variables. We don't want to do anything hard-coded value. So we want to directly, I want to deploy servers with variables. So I don't want to specify any argument with hard-coded value. Then how we're going to do, let's see. Okay, I'm in the Terraform demo folder. So if you can see, I'm in the EC2. If I open the EC2.tf, okay, let's see. AMI already I declare the variable. So the rest of things also I'm going to declare with the variable. Okay, I have a key name called that is YouTube. I already show you how to declare variable dollar open curses and close curses. So inside we have to keep it as a var dot. What is the name? What is the my key name? If I scroll down, if you can see AWS console, the key pair which I am using, the YouTube. Okay, let's grab this one. Can't- Let's grab this one. If you go to the here, then take it out. Okay, that's my key pair name. So now we can see AMI declare with the variable and instance type also I declare with the EC2 class and key name also declared, subnet also I declared. So the variable name, it doesn't matter. We can keep it anything. But understanding purpose, I keep it as something. Even I can go with. I don't want to keep a YouTube. I don't want to keep the same name here. I'll keep it as a uh, key underscore pair key pair. So if I keep it like that, what will happen is, so even rest of things I declare as variable. Okay. So you can see everything I declared now variable. Now what happens is, now if you go on to EC2, what is the name which I declared here? The key pair name. Okay. Uh, the key pair. The key pair. I want to take this one. I want to add into the variable. There is a folder called my local variable. Okay. If I come down, scroll down. So I'm going to declare as a VA variable. And what is the variable name which I declare? Key name. That's a key pair. I need to take this one, copy here, and open braces, curly braces. That's it. That's how we have to declare the variable. Then once we declare the variable, then again I need to uh, take this name. I need to paste. I need to keep into the somewhere. I need to hard code the value. So so I'm going to pass the here. So take this one. What is the key name which I'm using? I already showed earlier. That's a YouTube is my key name. Okay. If I can see here, that's the way we have to declare all the variables. You can see previously also I declare my product I'm using Tesco, the environment is dev, and DC2 class T2 micro, and AMI would be I'm using the uh, one of the AMI which is AWS Linux, and the subnet would be the 1A. Subnet we can take it anyone. You can it's up to you. Subnet at the moment I'm using availability zone 1A which I want to create, so that's why I keep it as a subnet 1A. If you're using availability zone 2B, so I have to use the 2B. Such a way we have to 1B, such a way. It's depend upon if you want to create a server which availability zone has to depend, which availability zone has to create, then you have to take the particular availability zone subnet ID, then declare here. By the time the server it will create the particular availability zone. Okay, I hope. Okay, now we declare all the variables. Now we're good to go and do. Okay, now what I will do, I'm going to run the Terraform now. Okay, what will happen? uh Terraform. So apply. So what, okay, before going to apply, if you can see security group, I'm declaring here. The security group also I'm calling here. Okay, security group I didn't declare variable. Now what I will do, I will declare security group as well, VPC also I'm going to declare for variable. I don't want to do anything hard code value. Okay, now if I do such cases, what will happen is, okay, let's go ahead and declare the variable dollar open brackets var dot VPC underscore ID. You can keep it anything, it doesn't matter. Okay, okay, I declare VPC, sorry, VPT, VPC underscore ID. Now let's go ahead and variable declare the call the variable. VARIA variable. What is the name which I declare? VPC underscore ID. Okay, let's save it. Okay, now I want to declare this variable into Terraform TFVARS file. Okay, if I scroll down, what is the name which I declared variable name? VPC underscore ID is called. Okay, that's it. We want to declare this value into Terraform TFVARS file. Now I'm going to run the Terraform apply. Okay, before going to, okay, if I do apply, let's see what happened. So I run the Terraform apply. Let's see. So what it's going to do? It's going to first what is going to do? Let's go up. So first it's going to create the IAM profile, instance IAM profile, then role, the role which I'm giving the EC2 role. So it's going to creating, then after that, it's going to create the EC2 instance. And based on the argument which I passed, I'm passing the AMI and the key name, the rest of the times. If you want to keep all the things, if you want, you can declare also, it doesn't matter. The instance type, which I'm declaring T2 micro, I want to go with the free tier one. If I scroll down little bit, if I scroll down little bit, mm, the security group which I am declaring, security group I am defining as a, you can see my variable also I declared, security group also, the VPG stuff and that's the ingress means it's an inbound rule for the security group. If you want to connect the server, if you enable the 22 port, you can able to connect. If you are using any application by default, port 80 is the default one, then we need to enable the port into the inbound rule. Okay, then now let's go ahead and apply run. Let's run the Terraform play. Now we can see server is creating. If you go back and see the console level, let's go to the EC2 server. Server not yet created. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. Now we can see still creating. Now we can see security group is created, IAM role is created, and instance profile is created, and instance is creating, and all the stuff is going on. If I come here, you can see here. Now we can see Tesco dev and EC2 environment. How the name will come Tesco and dev? If you open the EC2.tf, this is the product name which I declare in the environment which I declare. If I grep environment, I declare as a variable Terraform DFS dev environment, the product name which I declare as a, if I do grep product name, I declare as a Tesco. That's why it's coming as, it will create as a Tesco. So it doesn't matter, you can keep it anything, but I'll go with the Tesco, the product name which I'm using. So if you want any specific product also, you can move. Now what happened? I read the EC2 instance successfully. Now what we'll do? I don't know. Now I create the EC2 successfully. Now what I'm going to do? Now I'm going to attach the one more EBS volume. Okay. Before going to login, let me go ahead and log into server. Then you can understand. Take the public IP out of the server. Let's go to the server and load your keys. What are the keys which are using? I'm using my keys YouTube. YouTube. Okay. Let's go to the take the default user, EC2 user, and sudo -i. Okay. Now I'm in the root user. If I enter lsblk, so I don't have any extra volumes. I am using only root volume which I am using. Now what I'm going to do? Sometimes application want to create a extra volume. Why? Because they have a kind of setup has to do application logs and application data has to keep. In the such scenario, application team will request to add the extra volume for the particular EC2 instance. In that case, how we are going to create extra volume for the particular EC2 instance. Let's go ahead and see how we are going to do. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a EBS volume .tf. I'm going to create one more file. Now I'm going to add into here. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go to the Terraform document. Terraform create EBS volume. If I enter this one, you can see I open this document. If I enter this Terraform create EBS volume, I open these two documents. So if I open this one, okay, we go this one. Okay, so this is the this is the one which you want to create. Okay, if we can go to the create, this is the volume. You can see resource AWS underscore EBS volume. The most of the code will be available in the Archicop is going to provide the code for us. We just want to use the how we are going. We just want to make sure how we want to use. That's the thing which you want to know. So if I place it here, resource, you can see code resource. This is the standard name which is going to. Which, this is the standard name AWS underscore EBS. That we can't change. That is a Terraform can understand this resource name. Then logical name would be keep it anything. It doesn't matter. You can keep it anything it doesn't matter, you can keep it any name. So now what I will do, I'll keep it as a app-data, because this is application data. So which availability zone which I'm going to create, but at the moment where I'm creating the availability zone, so I am creating my server. I was creating my server into the T2 micro. This is the availability zone which I created. Take this one, take this one. Okay, then go back to the here, and so we want to make sure when you create the volumes, we want to create the particular EBS volume where the server is located. Then only the you can attach the EBS volume. If you create the EBS volume different available zone, you can't attach the same volume for the you can't basically we want if you want to attach the EBS volume to specific server, server and EBS volume should be the same available. Then only you can attach the EBS volume to server. Otherwise, if you create a volume in different availability zone, if you want to server is sitting on the different availability zone, in the scenario we can't attach the same. You can't attach the EBS volume into the EC2 server. So you want to make sure should be both same availability zone. Okay, the size I want to create, I don't want to go with 40 GB. I'll go with 10 GB, which is sufficient for me. Now here tag okay, here this also I don't want to keep my name. I want to keep it as a you can keep it anything name. I can keep it as a apps data, or if you don't want to keep the such a way, so what we're going to do, let's go ahead and do. If we don't, I show you earlier how we are going to. Okay, if we don't want to keep such a way, what we're going to do, we can go with variable name also. It doesn't matter if we keep it as a variable. uh, okay, if we keep it as such a way, so how we're going to do. Okay, let's go ahead and do var dot pro var dot environment. Okay, that's the environment which I'm going to keep. Then after that the name is going to create. I'll keep it as a app data. It doesn't matter, you can keep it anything. Okay, it will come like that also. You can keep it like that also. Okay, environment variable I already declared in locally. If you take this one, you can see, if you take this one and you can see grab environment, it's already available, the environment dev. Okay, the dev app data, so that you can easily understand. Now what I did actually as of now, so EBS volume, then we have created the volume. Then after that what we want to do, then after that we create the volume, but we want to make sure this volume has to attach to the specific server. In that case what we're going to do, let's see. Let's go to the Terraform document. There is a document here, resource AWS underscore volume attachment. If I scroll down a little bit, okay, if you can see here, volume attachment, this is the document. If you scroll down, if you scroll down a little bit, resource AWS EBS volume attachment. If I scroll down below, okay, this is the volume which I want to attach. Uh, take this one, take this one, take this one, take this one, and keep into the Terraform document. Okay, copy this one. Let's go back to the document. Let's go back to the document. So if you can see resource and resource volume name and EPS attach, you can keep it anything. I'll go with the EPS attachment. That would be the sufficient. The name you can keep it anything. XVDH. I'll keep it as a H would be sufficient. The device name you can keep it. You'll make it as a device name. You can keep it anything. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. So the volume ID means, so the volume we created earlier. Okay, we want to take the syntax from the volume. Okay, volume ID for AWS underscore EBS volume, and this is the resource name, and the logical name would be the this one. So rather than example, I'm going to take it out example. Okay, keep it as a app data. The id is a attribute. If you go what is you may understand what is the id. If you scroll down, attribute, device name, instance id, volume id, these are the attributes. So basically id and name, these are called the attributes. If you go on here, there's a id is the attribute. Then after that, instance id, how we are going to take, this is not an instance. Okay, let's go ahead and what is the resource name which we used for the creating the EC2 instance. If I go back and see, if you go and see EC2.tf, what is the name which I used for EC2? This is the logical name. Okay. So in that case, what we're going to do, let's go back to the EBS.tf. Okay. Instance ID would be the AWS instance, and rather than web, we need to keep it as a EC2. If you keep it web, we can keep it. If you keep it a different name, you have to keep it EC2. Okay. Then now we have it. Now we have a .tf file is ready for the EBS volume .tf. So you can see what is going to do. Uh, you can see everything is going to be available to zone and EBS2. Even we don't want to hard code any value. Even you can take this and keep into the directly into the. Okay, I'll show you how we are going to do. Let's make it as a variable name. So if we take this one available to zone, okay, I'll take this one. So what we're going to do? Take this one and hardcore where open bracket where dot uh, zone zone. You can keep it zone that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, even size also you can keep it as a different name. Size and size also I'm going to call it as a variable. So I don't want to keep any hard code value. Okay, so in that case, what I'm going to do dollar let's say var dot size. I'll keep it as a EBS size. Okay, let's close this now. Okay, then we declare the both values. Now I'm going to go to the variable. Go to the variable VARIABLE variable. What is the name which I given? EBS underscore size one. This is the one which I declare. Then another thing VARI variable. What is the name which I can zone? These are the two variables which I declare for the EBS volume. Let's go ahead and save this one. Okay, let's go back and check, double check again. These are the values EBS underscore size and var zone. Let's go to the Terraform TFS file. Terraform dot tfr file, then go to the what is the zone is equal, this is the value which I want to declare. What is the other variable which I declared earlier? EBS size. So if I take this one EBS size, okay, what is the size which I'm going to declare? That's 5 GB is enough for me. I don't want to go with big one. Okay, so you can see how we are going to declare variably. So we want to always go with the variable. Okay, now we have everything ready. Now I'm going to run the Terraform, apply again. Terraform, first I'll run the Terraform plan, then you can understand what is going to happen. So you can see Terraform apply is going to add the two resources. What are the two resources which I created? One is for the EBS volume. Resource is going to create the EBS volume, and the volume is going to attach the particular EC2 instance. If you can see the EC2 instance, where it is coming from, based on the syntax. If you go on to one, if you go and see, this is the instance ID 815. If you can see here, 815. Okay, the same. The instance ID is coming because of the particular EC2 instance resource logical name. Okay, I'll go ahead and apply the Terraform plan. Terraform apply. Now before going to, you can see here, if you go on storage, you can see here console. So you can see only one root device available. Now after applying, we can see one more device. Then you can understand. You can see, right? This is the, let me refresh. Then you scroll down. So we can see one root device available for the EBS volume. Let's go ahead and apply. Then you can understand. We can see one more device. Now we can see EBS volume is creating. Even if you can go out and if you scroll down here, the volume is going to create one more volume for us. You can see app dev app data. This is a new one. You can see dev underscore app data. That's a variable which I declared for the environment. Uh, and now volume is attaching, still creating. Now we go volume is attaching. If you can see volume at the moment, the stage is available. If you keep refreshing, you can see the status is going to change to, yeah, you can see now status is in use. If you can see status is in use. If I scroll down, if I scroll down again, you can see, let me refresh now. Now we can see select the server name. If I scroll down, yeah, you can see. Now we can see one new volume attached. November 30 at the moment is 15. Okay, 1459. We can see one more. This device name would be the SDH. The volume size which I used for the 5 GB. This is the volume ID 654A. If you go and see here, this is the volume ID 654. Yeah, okay, I hope you guys understand, right? So that's the way. Okay, now we go, let's go back to the server. We already log into server. Now previously we can see only one root volume available. Now I want to see the which I want to see the 5 GB volume which I just created, lsblk. So you can see this is the xvdh volume which I created. You can see the 5 GB. Okay, okay, So now what happen is if I want to mount this volume, how we are going to mount? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and see the Terraform document. Let's go ahead and Google it. How we are going to mount the EBS volume in Linux. Mount the EBS volume in EC2 instance. If we do such a way, do such. Okay. How to attach and mount the EBS volume later. Just go to the document. There is a multiple documents available. We just need make sure how we want to search. That is important for us now. So mount the EBS volume EC2 instance. We already created the EBS volume. How do we create the new volume that we created for the as part of the Terraform everything stuff. These all parts is done. If I scroll down a little bit below, now we want LSBLK also. We can see now create the EBS volume at the following data. Okay, let's run this one. Take this one. Let's take this one. Go back to the server. Dev, what is the name which I used for XVDH? If I run this one, you can see data. Data means there is no data. There's an empty volume where we can use. If I scroll down below a little bit, there's a document showing check if the volume has any data using the following command. If the if you come the output data, it means your volume is empty. Okay. If I scroll down below, okay, let's go ahead and format the EBS volume by using ext4 file system. Okay. Okay. If I go to the here, which is the volume dev underscore xvdh. If I do format, okay, now the formation is complete successfully. If I sum, if I scroll down below, now I'm going to create as a I'm going to make sure I want to create a one folder before going to how we are going to do. You can keep it any name, doesn't matter. I'm going to keep it as a app data again. So to understanding everyone app hyphen data. I created as a app underscore data folder. Then if I go ahead and mount the file system. Okay, what is the how we want to mount? Take the command. Go to here. I'm in the already root. I don't want to use the I don't want sudo anymore. So what is the device name? Which mount and device name and what is the folder name which I want to mount? This one. If I enter dffnh, you can see the app data is available. Okay. So you can see if I scroll down, that's it. If you want to see dffnh, you can that's already done. If you want to again unmount, you mount again, you mount on this one. Okay. If I enter the dffnh again, the volume is unmounted. If I want to mount again, the same command which I want to use. Okay. That's it. I hope you guys understand. So how to create EC2 instance with variables. We don't want to declare any value with hard coded. Everything always good practice go with the variable. I hope you guys understand. Then after that we have successfully created the EC2 instance. We have created the new volume which is required for the application purpose. That would be really required for when working on the real world. Application team always extra volume. They don't want to depend upon the root volume. They will ask for the 10 GB volume, 20, 100 GB volume. Such cases would be required. I hope you guys enjoy them. Please like my video, subscribe my channel. Thank you.